In Northern Waters, here we go.
All right. I'll take us in with UWA if you
Have
don't
a look.
mind.
Talk to me about the UWA lineup. What do we got, Zaf?
All right. So UWA is bringing America battleships. We've got Ohio and Montana. They're bringing triple Moskvas, however, and a Venezia to round them out, plus a Shimakaze that is running 12-kilometer torpedoes, Vamp Deuce, and a Daring. What do we got for 5D? Ooh.
5D from the south, also bringing a little bit of America in their battleship lineup, playing Ohio, married to a Kremlin. Their cruiser lineup consists of Venezia, Moskva, Alexander Nevsky, and a Stalingrad. Their destroyer lineup, a Grozovoy, a Ragnar, and Zaf, a Forrest Sherman.
I know. That's why I said, ooh, I was so excited.
Very first Forrest Sherman we've ever seen in competitive play. Won't this be interesting?
Now, as Forrest Sherman,
go ahead.
For those of you who are not aware of the characteristics of the ship, concealment, not so good.
No.
It's got smoke. It's got hydro. It's okay, but you're not going to really hydro push with another destroyer in smoke. You kind of can get away with that in randoms. You probably won't get away with that here in competitive. The main thing about this ship are the guns.
Oh.
The guns are extremely fast reloading. They can either bring SAP or HE, and they can slap people with that SAP. On top of that, there are 2 torpedoes on each side. It's a dual launcher, but I mean, it's kind of like laugh torpedoes. You just fire them off, and then you think nothing's going to happen, and 3 minutes later you get a hit, and you're just like, huh?
Oh yeah. What? Yeah. Don't misunderstand what Zat said there, ladies and gentlemen. He said there were dual launchers. What he meant was they are 2 individual single torpedo launchers on each side of the ship.
Oh, really? Is that how they have it set up? Because I thought it was a dual launcher.
No, it is 2 single launchers, and each one of them has a launch window of about 3 degrees wide. It is incredibly narrow.
Right, and and as Raptor said, you single fire them. They don't turn, which is why that launch window is so low. Okay.
Right.
Cool. I mean, I've played the Forrest Sherman. It's just I don't main the ship.
No, very not. Very not.
But that ship, it's kind of like a buzzsaw. You put it with another destroyer. The other destroyer spots for it. It sits in smoke, and it just chops down with sap any destroyer that gets spotted.
UWA moving out to the early lead here, shoving their Vampire Deuce right into the B cap, and 5D seeming to absolutely not care. They have no ship capable of spotting or even threatening the B cap. They seem content to let the middle of the board just be the middle of the board.
That's right. Now, this is Group 4. Currently, UWA has 0 wins under their belt, and 5D has but 1 win under their belt.
Okay.
So this is going to be...
This is a big deal for both teams, right? If UWA can bag a win here, they still have a chance of salvaging their day and moving on to the next stage. If 5D can pick up win number 2, that just puts them that much closer. That could be big.
Absolutely. Now, Forrest Sherman almost took a torpedo, but he had his hydro up. Very smart play there. And you can see him firing off his sap at Bombard Destroyer Shimakaze, who has now gone dark.
Oh, I just realized it, Zaf. They paired the Sherman with the Ragnar. That's really brilliant.
Yes.
I love it.
Because the Sherman makes Inky, and then the Ragnar goes and spots things.
Ragnar has radar, and both of them have stupidly fast-firing guns.
Yes, and Ragnar has a heal.
Very, very sneaky. Now, that Ragnar, you'll notice, Zaf, not running Survivability Expert. Only with 26,500 HP. Noteworthy.
That is... I think it is noteworthy, yes. Normally, that's part of, what I put out as my core build for destroyers. Pretty much every destroyer in the game benefits from Survivability Expert. So
and certainly a destroyer with a heal, because then it increases the amount that you heal back as well. So by giving up Survivability Expert on a destroyer, one with a heal like that, you're not just giving up the base health pool, you're also giving up all of the health you would be recovering when you push your repair party.
Absolutely. So you're giving up a lot of staying power.
Yeah, very much so. For the moment, though, 5D seems very content to have a lock control on the A cap while they play well behind C and make no play for B at all. I'm a little surprised to see that.
Well, I think 5D is focusing more on each flank, and they want to win whichever flank is weakest. And if you look at it, 5D has won at A. Oh, Navy Cadet decides to block his teammates' torpedoes for him. Ouch. Anyways, well, once upon a time, that would be a team kill.
Once upon a time.
When we first started covering tournaments, that would have been a team kill. Anyway, you can see that 5D is moving towards a kite away, arrangement over at A cap, and that kind of signals that they're expecting to push at C cap.
Keep an eye on these four Sherman, Zath.
I don't know.
Sherman and the Ohio have got big Shimakaze salvo coming. In fact, the Ohio is in dire trouble over here.
Yep, Sherman will be okay.
Sherman actually managed to dodge most of these, but the Ohio's going to take at least 2, I think. And those are Shimakaze torpedoes. Those are going to hurt.
As soon as those torpedoes are spotted, you saw him hit full W.
Yeah.
So he minimized the impact simply because of that. Now, Bombard is going to pay for this with his life.
Whoa,
look at
how
the
did
Sherman
they spot
just
him
chewing
again?
him up.
Oh, the Nevsky radar. Oh, my goodness. They paired. Oh, what an amazing. What a brilliant little team composition over here at A. Really well done. Really well done.
And that was a beautiful trap that they basically laid right there. They all went into kite away position, and they kind of, goaded the Shimakaze into pushing right into him.
Well, and further compounded by the fact that I'm willing to bet you that Shimakaze was mounting 12-kilometer torpedoes. So he has to come into the Nevsky's radar range, basically, radar range, to even for his torpedoes to even be effective.
Speaking of radar, take a look at C as the Daring for UWA is now under radar from the Moskva, being forced to move out of his spot. And there's the Kremlin.
Slapped.
Taking him down there.
Kremlin wiping him out. Now there's torpedoes going on this Kremlin, but it looks like he's going to maneuver out of the way here. He may catch one in the stern, but I think he's okay. Nah, he's fine.
He'll be fine. That's the problem with single-fire torps is you are extremely dependent on them not changing course at all. And I don't know about you, but when I see a destroyer in a battleship, I change course almost immediately.
Indeed. Down 2 ships, things not looking so good for UWA here. 5D with lock-solid control of the flanks of the map. Owning A, owning C, totally surrendering B, but honestly, right now, they don't care. It's working for them. They have a lead. Ships and points.
Look at this. They're almost going to shove Ardner in, but look at this Moskva. Jimmy is just sitting broadside to him. He's reversing. He's realized he's screwed. He's sitting W. Ardner turns the turrets because these are
here come the shells.
Returning.
They're already coming in. Oh, big hit on Jemmy. Not a catastrophic one. He only loses about 20,000.
Nope. But
now the Ohio
that just kind of rubs some salt in it. Most importantly, though, it does allow Arden, if he wants to, the option of hitting W and going right into B and not caring about that flank. Well, actually, no, he can't because the Ohio's there.
Now the Ohio secondary is starting to work on Arden as the main battery shells come in for a solid hit of about 15,000. I will say that Digital Demon's secondaries... Oh, Jemmy turning broadside in front of the Moskva and the Stalingrad? The Stalingrad's about to kill him right here.
That was a full game return right there.
Wow. That's a fatal mistake if ever I saw one. Goodness gracious. And it's at a time when the Ohio's position on this Stalingrad, on Arden's Kremlin is actually pretty good.
Yes.
Like this is a fight that this Ohio can win from this position.
Absolutely. He just needs time. But
unfortunately, the time is gone, although the Daring torpedoes may finally seal the deal here on Arden. He's going to take one. I thought that second one might go into the bow, but the Ohio secondaries do bag it.
He still goes down anyway. I think that was actually Vampire Deuce's torps.
Oh, you're right. They were.
Because the Daring was gone. Ooh.
You're right. That's a big kill.
Yeah, another big kill. Custom Coin going down over here in the Moskva.
Ooh, what was he doing in that position, I wonder? He moved way up.
So he moved up through the middle, exposing a lot of himself in the process. And, I think it's a little bit too quick. If you look at his support, the Montana and Venezia are a little farther behind him.
5D has a significant health lead, but not a decisive one yet, as UWA is going to get into the A-cap here. 5D's pulled all of their ships well back off the A-cap. I'm a little surprised to see this. The Sherman is pretty low. Now, they get the Moskva radar off the board, so the odds of them catching that Sherman out are pretty small at this stage.
Right. And besides, I'm pretty sure that captain has adrenaline rush. So now you've just made the Sherman even nastier, essentially.
Oh, yeah. Big time. The entire ship is built around reload rate. So, you're going to take adrenaline rush
right there.
Look at that. Oh, that's obscene. It's totally obscene.
This ship, ladies and gentlemen, will break your mouse. For the sake of your mouse, hold down the left mouse button.
No, you say, yeah, you don't click it. You just hold it down. It's like playing in Atlanta.
That's right. That's right.
The old Euro video of how to play Atlanta is one of my favorites and will always be. The little Rambo clips and the machine gun clips he puts in there. So good.
Yep.
Look at this. Zat, the Grozavoy Navy cadet in a gunfight with digital demons secondaries. That's pretty ballsy.
Well, he went in there to get his torpedoes off. And
digital. Yeah, he got them off. Digital putting shells down range on Griffix Venezia, but not getting anything out of it. The Venezia turning.
Now, LH's Forrest Sherman, he made a mistake there. He was shooting in smoke until after the smoke had expired.
Whoa.
And almost lost his ship because of that.
Almost
he was shot by both
it.
Venezia and the
Now,
Montana.
I got to say, this Montana charge by Mean Dean feels like a mistake to me, right? Moving up with the Venezia and the Montana to pick up A, absolutely the right play. But you're charging into 4 ships. You don't need to do that. Pick up the cap, back off, preserve your health, play for time.
Well, I mean, I if you back up, if that Moskva hadn't died where he did, right?
Yeah.
And if the Venezia didn't pull the handbrake there and stop, now he's just pulling forward. I think he's pretty much said, screw it, I'm just going to go for this. You're right. They'd have a chance to break out of A. But I think there's a little bit of coordination that was missing there.
Yeah, it feels that way. It feels like, again, picking up A, the right play, pushing through A, not the right play.
I wonder if 5D called that Venezia chicken.
It feels that way. Feels like he's having a bit of a Marty McFly.
Joke, right?
He's having a Marty McFly over moment over here because he does have McFly in the name. That's going to seal it. 990 on the score. Time ticking away, and 5D is going to win their 4th game of the day, right? No, 3rd game of the day, Zath, correct?
5D, this is their second
win of the day. My apologies. Second win of the day here in Game 4. They're now 2-2, still trying to work their way up to that 4th win. That will, I won't say guarantee, but very, very likely put them into day 2.
That's correct, folks.
All right, so we go over here, we do that, we set that, we hit that button, and then we can show you this pretty screen right here. Look at that. Look at that.
Enjoy the screen. Why aren't you enjoying
the screen?
Enjoy it more.
Enjoy the screen. I demand you enjoy the screen, ladies and gentlemen.